all about the World Cup fever. Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of football analysis on CTV. Of course, everything going on right now in the world of football revolves around the biggest football tournament. You guessed it, yeah, it is the World Cup. Qatar 2022. It's a bit unusual in the sense that we're having the World Cup November, December, but it's not unusual in the quality of goals we've seen, the quality of plays, the quality of saves, in the upsets, the drama, the thrill, all of that and more the World Cup does bring. And of course, we're going to be dissecting all of that has been happening in that space, in that world. I am stoked, I'm sure you are too. You can join in the conversation, of course, across our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We are there at CTV Live and on Instagram and TikTok. We are there at CTV Live 1. Where you already know, in case you do not know, well, I'm here to tell you. We are now in the round of 16, and we cannot wait for the final 16 to do battle. And let's see who's going to be the victor, who's going to be the vanquished, who is going home, who is staying, who are you rooting for? We have 2 African countries left from 5. Quite an experience. If you're in Nigeria like myself, I'm sure you're wondering why our darling team is not here. But if we were actually in the competition, where do you think we would have gotten to as Ghana are now back home? All right, we're going to be talking about all of that and more. I'm not doing the show alone. Of course, you already guessed it. I've got with me Ibrahim Ayobiojo, a.k.a. Easy Baba, joining me on the show today. Hi, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. You forgot to call me Ibrahim Adinho. It is what it is.
No, I did not forget.
Hello, people. What's up? It's been a
You
while.
know that me actually like the country you're claiming. I've said it should have gone into.
Forget. One person scored a goal against us yesterday. Took off his shirt. Forgot he had a yellow card.
By us, you mean who?
Yeah, we are the Sao Paulo. Come on.
That took me out. That absolutely took me out.
Yeah, he scored his goal. Took off his shirt. He was feeling fly, feeling on top of the
Do you
world.
think it's easy? Beating the Samba boys.
It's not easy. We gave them the win now. That was why we used. That was why we used most of our second stream guys. So okay. Let's just help them. Let's just help their morale.
Well, in case you guys don't know, he's talking about Cameroon, and they gave them.
We dashed. May not be like saying now only Ghana and Morocco win for the World Cup. Let's just help Cameroon. Just push them a bit.
I can't believe I'm doing this. All right. So for the World Cup, for the number of games we have seen so far. The games we've seen so far, what has been the surprise for you across the board? What is that game that has stood out for you as arguably the biggest upset you've seen so far? I'm expecting to see many more.
Yeah.
What game is it?
All of it, actually. But can I pick one? Okay. Yesterday's one is part of it. They beat my boys. I'm pained. But just part of it. One. We have, should I say the Japan beating Germany? Maybe. But I think it should be Saudi Arabia beating Argentina. They are our rivals now. So it felt very, very good. Shout out to Harvey Reynard. You guys made my day. You made my week. You made my world.
But Saudi Arabia, not here anymore.
What's your point?
I just
you
had
asked me for the biggest upset and I'm giving you an actual... My boys.
But actually, that of course was quite the game. Argentina were coming into the World Cup as the most informed team. They were
35 games unbeaten.
That would have been the 36th if they had been able to get something, of which on paper, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Everyone assumed that Argentina were, just scale through easily, but. It's quite exciting what this World Cup has been. All right, we're talking about round 3 games, talking about the last round of games in the group stages. Of course, you now know we are in the round of 16. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's start with Ecuador taking on Senegal. This particular game, we've seen, Senegal stumbled in the first game against Netherlands.
Yeah.
And they knew they had to, do something to cement their space, which they did, shout out to them. Talk about the Senegalese team right now. It's not easy coming into the tournament. We had news before the tournament started that Sadio Mane was injured, and we're hoping he was going to be ready in time for the World Cup. That did not happen. Being without your star man, being without arguably the biggest African player right now on the continent.
I think he's unarguably actually.
Okay.
He's the African player of the year.
All right, so unarguably there is. And having him out of the competition at such a short time, you know, we wanted to see Sadio Mane at the World Cup, but here we are, and he's not here. And yet the Senegalese team have been able to, you know, dig deep, find their greats that have shown, of course, that they did to win the AFCON. But now they are replicating that. Like, we still have something here.
Yeah.
Without our biggest man, here we are. Are you surprised that Senegal are in the round of 16?
There is no way I'm surprised, actually. Sadio Mane, all due respect to Sadio Mane, is their main man. Is their engine room. They thrive on the influence Sadio Mane gives them up top. But these guys have players. Senegal have players for days. They are one of the blessed teams in Africa, based on the amount of talents they have across the board. And we saw how well they performed during the World Cup. During the Nations Cup and the World Cup qualifiers. You could tell that this was a team game. It was not only about just pick it to one man, just give it to one, just give it to Sadio Mane. No, you have Ismail Assar, you have Abdoulaye Diaye, we have Kalidou Koulibaly, Edouard Mendy, we have Gana Guy in the mid. Plenty boys, plenty senior men. Let me use them like that. They are ballers all day, every day. And after winning the Nations Cup for the first time, I knew that these guys are going to go to the World Cup and go and do some things very, very fantastic. The match against the Netherlands, they were quite unlucky to
not get anything out of
it. Then came the second game. I was like, oh, this one they will get beat, and they did. And that is the reality. Them getting to the second round is not for the lack of not trying. They deserve it, and I'm actually rooting for them to at least get to the semi-final. Please, God.
Semis?
Let them get to the semi-finals.
That's going to be amazing. I mean, we're talking about the fact that this is the second time ever we're seeing the Senegalese side getting into the round of 16, and it's very interesting that Aliou Cisse has a hand, leg in both times. You know that they have been here. The first time, 2002, he was the captain of the side, and now
and that 2002 they went as far as going to the quarterfinals,
which is
still the only African team
to do that, which is just amazing.
Now imagine that captain now being the coach doing that.
Talk about fate. Talk about, you know, it's just very exciting.
The funniest part is they face England.
Why did you have to smile like that?
I don't know. I just feel like after the game, a certain coach might be led out through the South Gate. It might be what it is.
Okay, shots fired. We'll choose to move away from that. Okay, so before we continue talking about the next round of games and all that, what we've seen so far and not, we're going on a very, very short break. When we return, football analysis continues. Stick around, we'll be right back. Hey there, so you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on CTV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. It is at CTV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at CTV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Welcome back. It is still football analysis on CTV. We're talking about all things happening in the world of the World Cup. Okay, see my flows. I feel so excited. All right, so we had Netherlands taking on Qatar, and the host nation officially, we already knew they crashed out, talking about when they took on Senegal. But hey, they officially crashed out. It is, I mean, no points, nothing. All of their games, they did not win any. But I don't think we actually doubted that. You know, maybe we give them a tiny bit of the fact that the host nation, the home factor, and how long these guys have been playing together, and the fact that they are all home-based and all that stuff. But compared to the number of, not number, the caliber of players they are going to be facing, we're talking about the Netherlands side, all of these boys, by boys I mean men, all right? All of these guys apply their roots in the biggest clubs, you know, and they are starters. For those who are not starters, they are super subs. Against the Senegalese side, we weren't expecting them to get something, even though they recorded their first goal and only goal of the tournament. But for the Qataris, do you think it should be something disappointing for them? Going by the fact that the last World Cup before this, we had Russia give us a spectacle. They gave us something, you know. We did not give them that chance or the shots to get in quarterfinals. boy, did they shock us.
Yeah, they did shock us. Same as Korea, Japan, South Korea, 2002. They gave us something very, very fascinating to remember. And I would say to an extent, Qatar to give us something very fascinating to remember in a very beautiful orchestrated World Cup. Like the stadiums, everything, minus the playing. They were shambolic.
I was ready
They
for
were,
that.
God. God. The first game against the Netherlands, did you see the game?
Ecuador.
Against Ecuador. And Valencia could have had an hat-trick. Easy. Easy peasy. The man could have finished this World Cup as high as goal scorer just by that game alone. You guys had 7 years to prepare for the World Cup. 7 years to prepare for the World Cup, right? There are players, each and every one of them does not play on the European continent, or
You play at home.
you play at home. Your government, I'm pretty sure they give them probably a 1 year break to go and learn, go and practice between yourself. Let us show the world a spectacle. Yeah. See, if I was one of the Saudi prince or anything, those guys will still be in the I don't want to.
Football, no violence.
Yeah, no violence. That is the reason I'm telling you. Because they were they are very dismal, abysmal. Their coach, I was looking like Eric 12 Ag, was just everywhere. It is too bad. I'm going to be realistic. I'm being very, very serious. They gave us a World Cup to forget regarding being the host nation. No matter they have never qualified for the World Cup before. Thank you. Next.
I tried keeping a straight face, but that did not work. I'm talking about the Netherlands side. They are, of course, through to the round of 16, and they take on United States of America, the U.S. men national team, and it's in a couple of minutes, so we are excited about that one.
Very.
So a quick rundown now of the players we're going to be seeing, showcasing their stuff. We have Noppert in goal for the Netherlands side. Now we have Timber, Van Dijk, and Nathan Ake making up a three-man backline. In the middle of the pack, we have Dumfries, De Roon, De Jong, as well as Blind. Then up top, we have Klaassen, Gakpo, and Depay.
Cody Gakpo, that's my boy.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
my boy.
I know. We are aware. We are all aware. For the U.S. men national team, we have Turner in goal, Robinson, Ream, Zimmerman, and Dest making up a four-man backline. A three-man midfield making up McKennie, Adams, and Musa. And then up top, we have Christian Pulisic, Timothy Ware, and Ferreira making up that one. Timothy Ware has had quite the time. Christian Pulisic as well, doing so well. We're talking about the U.S. men national team in a bit, but talking about the Netherlands now. Have you been impressed with what you've seen from them so far, with how they have been, how they have played? Of course, no team in the World Cup has registered maximum point, but they did get 7 points, which has been the maximum anyone has recorded. So they top the group A, as we expected them to,
exactly.
And from the performance, though, and everything, have you been amazed, or have you been disappointed with the Netherlands side?
I won't say I've been amazed. Neither am I going to say I've been disappointed. They have been there. The required position they were meant to finish in the group, that was where they finished. Were they overly impressive? Not really, but they show that they are a team that would improve as the tournament progresses, and we saw that in their 3 games. And this match against the USA, football cannot be predicted as easy as it is to predict. It cannot be predicted 100%. But this is the game they are meant to win. But them in particular, Van Dijk, Ake, Cody Gakpo, come on. Most of their players have actually been very good in this tournament. Very good. They came to the party. Even the guy that has decided not to play for his club, but wants to play for his country in Memphis Depay too has been impressive. So I think they all knew that this is the World Cup for them to impress, because 8 years ago they had the golden generation. Now fast forward to this time, people are seeing this as another, let's say, golden generation 2.0, and they want to actually impress and show that, okay, yes, people are claiming that we are the golden generation of the Netherlands football team. Let us try and prove it to the world, like, okay, yeah, we can do this. And I'm not amazed, as I've said before. They can do better, but yeah, it is from here on we would know how far they can go in the tournament.
All right, let's see how far the Netherlands can go. All right, we'll get to see that in a bit. I'm sure you're excited as I am, because I cannot wait to see that particular game. I expect it to be a game of grits, and let's see if the Hungary team will get it, because, of course, football does have its luck and all that stuff. But hey, we'll see how that does go. We had quite the showdown talking about Iran taking on the USA team. A lot of people had a lot to say. If you know the politics of both nations, then you get the joke, all right? In case you don't, well, let's talk about the footballing part now. USA got that one, 3 points in the bag, and that was what cemented their spot as them qualified for the round of 16. Christian Pulisic, the lone goal scorer, and quite a tournament for him. Like I was saying, it's been quite the resurgence for what we've been seeing from the American. And okay, so we had USA in that team, beg your pardon, in Group B. All right, they were with England, with USA, of course. You have Iran, you have Wales also in that spot, in that particular group. England topped that group quite expectedly. All right, we expected them to do something. For the US men national team, going ahead of Wales was something. I figured that the hungrier team, or both of them, would get it, and we've seen that the US team were the more hungry team, because it's quite interesting to note that Iran actually finished ahead of the Welsh.
Yeah, like I don't really have to start with the Welsh national team, because the golden generation thing, I think, is already overused right about now. The Wales, the Welsh national team, prior to this World Cup, they were termed the golden generation because of the kind of
players
firepower
they
have right now compared to what they have always been having. The first World Cup ever, and you had Gareth Bale leading the ranks, Neco Williams, Aaron Ramsey, quite a number of them, Wayne Hennessy. We can count the numbers. So we were expecting a very, very not so flamboyant, but something, clairvoyant actually from them. So let's see how they are. They're going to impress us during the World Cup. But oh, come on, they were just everywhere without being nowhere. So bye bye to them. The most hungrier team got it in USA. Iran, oh come on, they did well.
They showed
they have players. If you ask me, they have players. Mediterranean, Jahambash. Oh come on, those boys are playing. They have players, but still. I'm honestly going to give my kudos to the US national team. They surprised me. I'm not going to lie to you. Erdman, talking about the coach, he and his boys were overly impressive. The man you just talked about, Christian Pulisic, back in his club at Chelsea, he's not really been given the chance by several managers. That has brought about the debate or the argument that is it the managers that have been coming in that has been his problem, or he himself has been a problem. So now we are seeing him for the USA, and he looks like a beast. It looks like
it's a rebirth.
It looks like the man that we knew at Dortmund. Like, whoa, this is Pulisic. This is the same Christian Pulisic we know. Why have you been annoying at Chelsea? So, what's up with him? This World Cup has been a rebirth for him. Trust Weston McKennie. He has been my best USA player for the past 2-3 years now. Perfect player out there. Zimmerman. The Leeds guy, Aronson, and the Serginho Dest. See, they know that right now the US national team, I'm talking about they themselves, the group of players they have, they know that themselves that this team we have is a very solid team. And if you are how would I put it, if you are compact enough, we'll get to where we can get to with playing good football. And yeah, they are. I wish them the best of luck today, but might see the end of the journey for them.
Okay, let's see who's going to be taking it. Talking about the Netherlands taking on USA. In case you do not know, they finished second in that Group B. 5 points they had, 2 points behind group leaders England. And now talking about the English team, Wales taking on England. We had quite the performance from the young lads of the English team, because they have quite the youngsters right there. They're blessed with a lot of youth and a sprinkling of experience right there. Marcus Rashford had a fantastic outing. He could have had a hat-trick. So, look at me, I'm looking at you, Southgate, but hey, Noah Allah is got a brace in that one. Phil Foden as well, marking his name on the goal scorer sheet, 3-0. It was, and that's signaled adios for the Welsh side. For the English side now, group winners, and quite the outing. It's been the only blip I would say they had was that draw. They are yet to lose. They've considered
They're
just
not
2
French.
goals. You know, they're just fine. They're just breezing through it. It wasn't the hardest. It wasn't hard at all to them for them qualifying. They did
Yeah.
what they were supposed to do. I don't think we've seen them in the 5th gear yet. They're
No.
just, you know, increasing it as the opponents demand. For Gareth Southgate and the English team, from what you've seen from them so far, taking on USA, taking on Iran, taking on Wales, how impressed have you been?
The game against Iran was the most impressive I've seen them. The 6-3 bashing of Iran. Then they played a goalless one with the USA, where I was super impressed with the US national team. Then this one with
The Wales.
So yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to like use unnecessary things to cover it up. I don't like Gareth Southgate. I do not like him as a manager. He seems overly confident on what I believe he doesn't really have. But here he is at the round of 16. To an extent, inside me, I don't want them to scale this place they are, but that would be me eating. But I just want to be realistic, right? He has one of the best set of players and best set of team in the World Cup during this World Cup. The chances of them winning the World Cup increased over this group stages because they impressed. They were one of the teams that didn't get beat and finished top of the group. And now they're into this second round. But these guys could have been doing better. They can do better. Iran that they beat, they are not a top team. They are not really a top team. Wales that they beat aren't really a top team. The only team that could beat Iran and Wales is USA, and they've played out a goalless draw. Yeah, now they are into the round of 16. Let us see how far they can go from here. It is not looking like the way he shapes the team is how they are playing out. That is what I'm confused about. Their number 9 now isn't getting the goals. I'm talking about Harry Kane. Harry Kane now has not to be to Z for them. He's busy providing the assist.
But yes, he's had 3 assists so far.
Yeah, he's busy providing the assist, whereas none of them is the highest goal scorer. His team is revolved around rotating his tops, his midfield 6. You guys keep rolling till you get the goals, keep rolling till you get the goals. Don't try it out with other teams.
What a take on Senegal. Do you expect them to get something?
Casablanca that went to Kano. I feel that I'm saying and I wish and I pray to God that Senegal, my team. No, my second team. Senegal.
Confusion.
No, I don't want to be biased, but I want to be African. I want to be an African for a while. Senegal beat them. I want Senegal to beat them. That's the reality. But like the game against Wales, right? He got his substitution right for once. After he saw what Mason Mount was doing in the game. Was very lackluster. Gave the midfield combination of Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, and Mason Mount were just being.
It wasn't working.
They were just being run ragged. So he removed Mason Mount, imputed Jordan Henderson, who allowed Bellingham and Declan Rice
a bit
of room to operate, and that changed the game for them. Before we know it, they got 3-0 up. So now we are going to be seeing if he's still going to do that this same game or.
Maybe tweak something else.
But we don't know, so I've said it before. Someone might actually be sent through the Southgate. This is what it is.
Okay, England taking on Senegal. That's the matchup we are having right there. Okay, away from that though, let's take on another game that I would say was pretty shocking, to say the very least. We had the current holders of the World Cup, talking about France, get bit by Tunisia. 1-0. Wabi Kazri, the man who got the goal for them. They won, but yet they lost. They defeated France, and what a performance for them, but it wasn't enough to take them through to the next round. But they at least punctured something in the day Deschamps side. And right there, your thoughts on the French national team. Shout out to Tunisia, right? But they are not in the round of 16, so we cannot dwell so much on them here. For France now, it was very interesting how their qualification to the next round was. Of course, we knew they were going to qualify as soon as they had 6 points, which birthed the kind of rotation that was made to the side as expected, seeing how many games these guys have been playing, right? But for you, seeing that they had quite the chances against Tunisia, and yet they couldn't make it count. They couldn't do something to unravel the Africans. They couldn't do anything right there. We're going to be seeing France take on Poland next. Poland, for me, have not impressed, okay?
Yeah.
But they are here in the round of 16.
Yeah.
We've seen teams who have dazzled and, done all the Rabaruzu and everything, did not find their way there. For you, for France, have you seen the champions
Mentality.
factor that you saw in 2018? I mean, it had to be champion stuff. They won it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that in the squad so far, on this stage?
Not really. The midfield pivot that came to terrify everybody during the 2018 World Cup is not available. N'Golo Kante and Paul Pogba.
Pogba.
They are missing those two massive boys.
But they still have Antoine Griezmann.
I'm going to go there. Antoine Griezmann is a forward man who has, after like a couple of seasons now, is back playing to the midfield. I don't know why he's playing midfield, but it is what it is. Like you said, Didier Deschamps decided to rotate his squad against Tunisia. You saw Eduardo Camavinga playing left back. My mouth was open all game. Like, hello, what is he doing there?
You and I know how much I screamed during that game.
So apart from that, right, I said Paul Pogba is not available, N'Golo Kante is not available. The World Cup happening during this period was meant to birth so many injuries, so many unexpected outcomes. Now, N'Golo Kante, as I said, Paul Pogba, as I said, Karim Benzema out of the World Cup, Nkunku out of the World Cup, Lucas Hernandez out of the World Cup. Now, most of Eduardo Camavinga himself was shaky the first two games.
Weren't sure he was even going to make
He
it.
wasn't going to make it at all. But right, thank God he's back to being fit and all. So their midfield is leaky. Their midfield is not as strong as it was before. They only have Tchouaméni and Eduardo Camavinga and to an extent Veretout in the midfield. Those three, you can't compare them to what they had before. You can't compare. I don't want to come and tell me that Camavinga won in the Champions League. Like, me and you know they do not smell their boots. Tchouaméni cannot smell Kante's boots. Camavinga, as good as this, cannot smell Paul Pogba's when he's on form. That's just being realistic. Okay, Kylian is Kylian. About level. Olivier is still Olivier.
What was that?
Olivier is still Olivier. He's still doing his wonders. Adrien Rabiot. That's the person. That's the only. How would I put it? The only shining light. This World Cup, like the form he had with Juventus prior to this World Cup is imputed into, and they are doing good. Aside that, I can't call them clear favorites anymore. They're just one of the favorites. I can't call them clear favorites anymore. The game against Tunisia showed us that they had so many loopholes.
But talking about the loophole now, that particular game, a major area where that gap for me was so glaring and so clear, that the French were going to be struggling, was playing Eduardo Camavinga at left back. Like, bro, what was he doing there? But we could also understand in the sense that we had Lucas Hernandez in that place, first game, less than how many minutes played against Australia, and that was such a gutting situation right there. Then we had... That's painful. It's just 26, 21, 26. And then we had Theo Hernandez coming for him. We have only Theo Hernandez as the only other left back in that side. And I think he didn't want to take that chance that Theo would go out as well. Was why he used Eduardo Camavinga there.
Now imagine Camavinga got injured in that game. How thin would your midfield be? Less your left
but
back.
you had to take a gamble, I guess. So yeah.
Okay, I'm just being okay. The gamble paid off, right? Imagine it paid off.
Well, you win some, you lose some. Oh. As they say, well, Tunisia, shout out to them, but hey, they could not stop the reigning champions from getting on to the next round, of course, and they couldn't book their own spot to the next round as well. Another shocker, Group D came good, to say the very least, with the drama, with the shocks, with the upsets. They came with everything. Australia won, Denmark nil. Australia officially, locked the door and turned the key against the Danish side right there. And Matthew Leckie, the man who turned the padlock and he threw the key away. Did you see Denmark finishing bottom of this particular group? Not just bottom. They finished bottom with
1 point.
beautiful, innit?
Very, very beautiful, innit? Funny enough, it is Australia I was saying this to be in this position. If I'm here, I said it prior during our World Cup countdown show. I was like, Australia is going to be the first team, Tunisia come third, then Denmark.
And and France, Jogula was going to take the top spot.
Then, yeah, I think I was wrong about them. Not even
You think?
I'm absolutely wrong about them. Christian Eriksen, Rasmussen, Christensen, all of them, they are all sinners. They don't know how to do anything overly impressive because they just God. See, the Euros they did well after.
They did amazing, actually.
Yeah. Then the Nations League they did well again. Come the World Cup, the biggest stage, we're expecting you guys to blow us away now. Show us that you guys can do it. But we did not bump Coco, we did not ring Coco from them, and it was so painful. But Australia, kudos to Australia. One person that will be wishing he was still part of this Australian team will be Tim Cahill. Will be like, I wish I was there. I'll be giving the kind of flag to him. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Shout out to the Australian national team. Shout out to this World Cup. It's given us so many surprises. I can't wait for the next surprise to happen. I think I know what the next surprise is going to happen. You know. But
that's part the oracle that you is okay. And talking about that one, Australia would be taking on Argentina today, 8 p.m. Did you hear me? All right. In case you did not, Argentina would be taking on Australia in the round of 16, and what a fixture, what a matchup it is going to be for the Australian side right there. Okay, so I really don't know, for them qualifying, it was quite, slim, the fact that they were tied on point with Tunisia, but Tunisia couldn't progress. Australia got the better of them, due to all that stuff and all. But hey, let's see how the next round of games will be. And with that thought in mind, we're going on a very, very short break. Stick around, we'll be right back. Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on CTV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at CTV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at CTV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. Welcome back. It is still football analysis on CTV, and it's been so crazy talking about the World Cup and the action we have seen and the kind of drama that has been up so far. I was talking about the fact that we were talking about the fact that Argentina would be taking on Australia, and what a game that is going to be. I mean, how many people saw Saudi Arabia getting the better of the Australian team? I, for one, can tell you for certain I did not see that coming, but hey, that was what we had, and what a spectacle it was. 2-1. Talk about the Saudis now. Al Dosari was the man who, it was phenomenal, and we saw somebody leaving out. I'm talking about the goalkeeper now. It was phenomenal. It was just so good. For the Polish side, though, seeing them qualify for the next round is kudos to them, yeah, if I do say so, but it's very interesting, the fact that, for me, I think you just can't be lucky with certain kind of groups, By lucky, I mean the fact that sometimes your okay performance just might be good enough to take you to the next round. And some teams have been able to pull out upsets, pull out goals from somewhere deep in their hearts, do not go through. I mean, the fact that the Polish side did not register one shot on target against Argentina is just... yeah, that's it. I can't find words for it. Argentina won that one 2-0, as we kind of expected them to win there. But something else to also note, shout out to Szczesny right there. He was able to keep Lionel Messi from scoring. So that's something, yeah. It's something. The fact that they qualified, and as well did not let the king to score. But Argentina did score, of course they did, and that makes them top. Group C with 6 points. Poland, see, football is crazy. That's all I can say. Poland were tied on points with Mexico, and the only thing that took them to the round of 16 ahead of the Mexicans was goal difference. And should I tell you how close that was? They had 0, and the Mexicans had -1. That's it. So if Argentina had scored more than 1 goal, we're going to be having a different conversation entirely. Or perhaps 2 goals, yeah, we're going to be having a different conversation. But hey, you win some, you lose some, isn't that what they say? So let's see what Argentina would be doing. I mean, they take on Australia. It's going to be quite the game, quite the matchup. And the next round of games, let's look at something else. For the Saudis, they were part of people that rained on Mexico's parade, because if they had not scored, I mean, something else would have happened. You know, they're going to be tied on goal difference with Saudi Arabia. But hey, Al-Desire was like, do you know who I am? I scored against Argentina. And yeah, he did also score in this one. Aaron Martin and Luis Chavez. Talk about Chavez's goal. We've seen only 2 free kick goals so far in this tournament. One from Marcus Rashford, and the second from Luis Chavez. Incredible. Now, like, I just don't have words. What a goal! I screamed. It was that beautiful. I beg your pardon, 3 free kick goals right there, and it's just incredible what we've seen so far in this tournament. But that goal, that Luis, he has to compete with someone somewhere for the Puskás. He has to. He absolutely has to. And but it wasn't enough to take them through. But hey, they leave to fight another day. I mean, they have to be proud of themselves. They give a good account. I mean, some teams finished with 1 point. So. All right, and on that note, I'm going to a very, very short break. When I return, Isbaba joins me back on the podium. Okay, take it where you will. Stick around. I'll be right back. Hey there. So you think you know about football? Join me, Omola Bakaraji, on CTV every Tuesdays and Thursdays and put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to win up to 5 gigabytes of data. All you have to do is to follow us across our social media handles and answer the question on there correctly. To participate on the live quiz show, our handles are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. It is at CTV Live, and on Instagram and TikTok, it is at CTV Live 1. So if you think you know about football, this is the place to be. And welcome back to Still Football Analysis on CTV. The next round of game for us to look out for has to be one that it's very interesting, the kind of teams that progress and the teams that fall behind. Croatia taking on Belgium. We had a goalless draw, and that officially, you know, closed the doors and the locks and the padlocks for the Belgians, and that sent them back home. So Croatia finished Group F as the second team, you know, 5 points they had. Belgium 4, Canada 9, Morocco 7. And if don't do that peace sign, because I'm coming. Did you ever think in a million years that Morocco were going to be leading? They were going to be topping a group that had Croatia, that had Belgium in the World Cup.
Not like top them, but I felt that my boys we're gonna go. Oh yeah, before you come and kill me, come on, calm down. Okay, first, okay, fine. You got me. I wasn't thinking about that. But wow, as Morocco impressed me. That is a massive understatement. They have blown me away. Literally speaking, the match against Croatia, like, gave us a hint of what these guys are going to do. They drew against Croatia. I was like, eh? Seriously?
And
I didn't see that coming.
It was seriously
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they were coming up against Belgium. Belgium, the first match against them, Canada, they won 1-0. And on that match, I was like, okay, am I seeing a very, very, how do I put it, determined and what's the name of that? Inspired Canada, probably trying to their first World Cup. Let us play our lives out. Probably that was why they got just a solitary goal against them. Then came Belgium, Morocco, and I was like, damn, this is a team. Because they outplayed Belgium, they outshined them, they outclassed them. They could have gotten 4 goals. They cancelled 2 goals via VAR and counted 2. That match was all about Morocco. After that match, I was like, okay, yeah, Canada don't enter now. Canada don't enter now for the final game because Morocco will go to any length to beat Canada to get to the round of 16, which they did. And biggest of the biggest shout outs to them. Senegal are into the round of 16. I'm impressed with them, but I cannot be as impressed with them as I've been with Morocco. If Morocco actually ends up getting to the quarterfinals, I will not be surprised at all.
The performance-wise,
every one of them is as dedicated as I can't even imagine how to say it. Look at the man that didn't make the last Nations Cup because of some issues with the manager, Hakim Ziyech. Now he's back and he's looking like, okay,
different level of
I don't show. Yusuf El Nesri, look at him. El Nesri is the first Moroccan to score at the back-to-back World Cups. These guys are having a ball. And kudos to them. Morocco over Spain anytime, any day. It is what it is.
Okay, you already gave a clue to that. We have Morocco taking on Spain on Tuesday in the round of 16 game. That one, we cannot wait to see what that one is going to be bringing because it's okay. So before we get to that, I don't want to talk about the Spanish side yet. So chill, stick around for that now, would you? Netherlands 1, USA 0 is what we're currently playing. We need to ask those guys apparently because it's so crazy. We just talked about the lineups less than 10 to 12 minutes ago, and Memphis Depay is like, I don't have time. I don't have time for all this. Yeah, he doesn't have time, but hey, he has time to score for the Dutch side, and they are currently in the lead. If it heads this way, of course, they're through to the quarterfinals. But something tells me that the USA team have got something to show, you know. Okay, if they don't, it's not me, don't hold me. But hey, I expect something in this game. We still have a lot of minutes to play, and we expect a lot of drama as well. For Group F, you already said it all. That game, of course, you know that when the last round of games, it has to be simultaneously. Yeah. So, you know, nobody is... the kind of round. In case you don't know, let's paint the picture. Croatia were the second best team in the last World Cup. Belgium were the third best team in the last World Cup. And Morocco were not in. It's very, very interesting, but shout out to them. Let's see what they do against the Spanish side. Now for Group E, now we have Japan taking on Spain. We're going to talk about that. They're taking on. They took on Spain. Stick around. We're going on a very short break for reach. And the people that have to find their way home in Group E as well. Stick around. We'll be right back.